It's now time for your Who's with Whitney, and I am joined by Ania, and we're talking about first-generation Americans. Oh my goodness, tell me about that.
So I was born and raised in Chicago, and Chicago. And I had all of these great immigrant neighbors who had children that were first-generation American, and so naturally my core group of friends was always first-gen. And it was right around college where I really kind of saw that most of my friends come from immigrant parents, and this started to really fascinate me. So after college, I kind of had this inkling to maybe produce a book or do something with this topic and really get it moving, and I've really just kind of been obsessed with it for about like the last 6 years, and I'm just on a mission.
So what is the mission? So basically what it is that your parents and your friends' parents, the ones that you're talking about with first-generation Americans, they came from another country. So they came over here and they moved here, and then now they had juice. So this is like, what's the difference? Like, what are we missing? Like, what is different than like your life or someone that their family has been there their whole life?
Sure. So I love the example of when my American friends would come to my parents' house growing up, and immediately like the smell of cabbage hits them, and you see all these awesome Polish artifacts, and our upbringing was so culturally rich. I spoke Polish first.
Wow.
We went to Polish mass. I went to Polish school on Saturdays. And so my parents really found it important to make sure that we keep preserving that Polish culture. All the while, in third grade, we moved to the suburbs of Chicago, and all of my friends then started kind of turning into Smiths and Johnsons, and it was like a reverse culture shock for me.
Okay.
It was these American kids that were being exposed to my Polish culture. I was more so being exposed to their American culture as well. And so it was this different relation that we had.
So the mission that you're on, is it more about raising awareness for this?
So what I love to do with our nonprofit is to interview first-generation Americans, get a group of first gens together. It's great to see how a Korean woman might relate to an Indian first-generation American man, and all these different
cool
stories that kind of come alive. It's like we're so different, but we're so fundamentally the same as well. So it's this beautiful story of how we kind of make up the thread of the world.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you kind of walked us through what that looks like, because most people would say like, well, you were born here, what is that? But like you said, it is different. It is, my parents weren't from here, and they are raising us in such a different way. And so I think that's such a neat way. Now, is your book, do you have it out, or is it coming out, and are you going to write this? Like, what is going on with that?
So I feel like it's been an organic process. I launched a blog, and I was like, everyone's going to submit their story. And then my friends were telling me, oh, I don't have a story. I don't know how to write. So I started the event series called Drinks and Dialogue, where it would be a BYOB series. And then we would have lots of great friends coming together.
That is so cool. So where can people find out more about you?
So Facebook is the best way to connect with us. So facebook.com/first-generation-American. We have a new website coming out soon.
First-generation American.
Yep.
No S on the end.
Singular.
Okay, first-generation American. That is awesome. Okay, thank you so much for coming on.
Sure, thank you.
Who's next?
For more information, check out WhitneyReynolds.com or get social with us. Twitter @Whitney Reynolds or on Facebook, The Whitney Reynolds Show.